Jeff Natale. I'm president of ErieKIDS, and I'm here with a video log, and a really interesting one. This video log question comes from a person who has emailed me with a particular problem that they're having within their own household. And it's an interesting question. It's one that comes up fairly often, in therapy at least, and I thought I would share it because I think it's one of the questions that when a family member or a parent sends in, I think a lot of people on the web can really benefit from. And really, the question is a little bit long, but shortened, it basically is a statement about the fact that they feel that their kids are spoiled rotten, and really wondering what went wrong in their parenting. And I guess what I would say is there are a few things that I would highlight that are really kind of the very stereotypical issues that parents face as a result of having kids that are kind of out of control or misbehaving in terms of struggling with behavior and control and compliance. And when parents are faced with that, it really can be kind of a real downer. It really feels like you failed your kids and you're failing as a parent, and all of us want to feel like we've done a nice job and that our kids are going to be okay. But there are really three things that come to mind that I think parents ought to consider when they're in this position. And really the first one is this idea of what message are you sending. What I mean by that specifically is, are you being consistent? Are the boundaries you're setting, are you setting those boundaries well? Are they understandable? And then, of course, most importantly, are you enforcing them? Limits aren't really all that great if they're not enforced. So one of the things that you really need to consider is the message that you're sending. Is it a clear one? And are you willing to kind of put your money where your mouth is? The second issue is really, what is the state of your relationship with your child? You know, children are people, of course, and they do best in terms of respect when they're feeling connected to their parents and when they're feeling loved. And being in that kind of relationship, a positive relationship with your child, is essential if you want to gain respect from them and you want them to act in a way that's loyal. So really, again, back to this idea of attending to the relationship you have with your child. And then finally, probably one of the most important issues to consider is co-parenting. And what I mean by co-parenting is the mother or the father of the child that you're in a co-parenting relationship with. What's your relationship like? If you're married, are you attending to that marriage? Are you taking care of each other? Are you kind of pals in the game, so to speak? And these are things that you really have to consider, because you're more than likely to be less effective when your relationship is in a state of disrepair. If you're divorced, what kind of divorced relationship do you have? And you're really going to have to look at that. That's a much more difficult subject, especially if you're in a high conflict divorce. But ultimately, co-parenting is perhaps the strongest variable in whether or not kids do well in life and are compliant, as opposed to being spoiled rotten. So again, I hope that this has been helpful, and you can always contact me. My email address is jeff@eriekids.com. Feel free to send your letters of interest and emails, and we'll share them with other families on www.eriekids.com. Thank you.